Alright, hey, Hayes Omega here, and welcome to another anime figure desktop show and tell with Rory, alright, from the Gate anime and manga, right? It was Gate, and thus the JSDF Fought there or something. I think that it's got some weird title. We just call it Gate, alright? It's an anime and manga. Well, it's an anime that came out a while ago, okay? So here's how I got this figure, guys. I don't know. All right, I've had this figure so long that I forgot where I got her from. I looked at my email. I looked at a bunch of web pages that I might have bought her from, like Hobby Link, AmiAmi. Maybe I got her from AmiAmi. I can't remember. This is a brand new figure though. I remember I really wanted this, and there was two different ones. There's the Quest Q and the Kotobukiya one, right? And this one is the Kotobukiya. I kind of like this one because it's more dynamic, all right? And she looks kind of cuter, okay? As far as I know, these are the only two Rory Mercury figures in existence. So Quest Q and this one, all right? Kotobukiya. All right? So yeah, I don't know how much I bought her for. If I remember correctly, it was probably... that was when figures weren't as expensive, all right? So this is a pre-pandemic figure, guys, all right? I got this figure before the pandemic, I'll tell you that, all right? So that's like circa 2020, right? Man, it's been a while since the pandemic has been over, or since it started anyways. But yeah, I definitely bought this after the anime came out, all right? So I apologize, guys. She's been sitting in my closet for a long, long, long time, and I was looking at my closet for figures to do videos on, and she was there, and I was like, hey, why don't you go do this one? She's been here. I think I've had this figure when I didn't even live in this house, the house that I'm living in right now. So that's how old it is, okay, guys. And she's just stayed in the box the whole time. All right, so now we're finally gonna take her out, okay? So here's some information from myfigurecollection.net. My guess is I probably bought her for around $100 US, all right? And that was a lot of money back then for a figure, okay? I want to say, all right? Figures are just gotten super expensive lately, all right? Yeah, okay. So category is pre-painted. The origin is Gate, Jietai, Kanochi Nite, Kaku Tatakari. Tatakari, all right? I think that means that you fought, right? The character is Rory Mercury. Company is Kotobukiya as the manufacturer. Okay. Artist is Hoya Mitsuru as the sculptor. All right. They don't mention who the painter is. So this figure has had 3 releases, guys. All right. So this is a very popular figure, I guess. So yeah, everybody wanted it. I don't think this is the oldest version, but it could be the middle or the newest one, okay? It was released 3 times, okay, guys? The latest release was May 20, 2020, all right? That may be this one. Oh, you know what? It has a number on it. No, they're all the same number. Yeah, it's got all the same barcode numbers. So there's no way to differentiate which one is which, okay, guys? So, but yeah, this came out May 20, 2020, okay? That's like pretty much when the pandemic started. And then it was in Japan. It was released for 12,000 yen. It was released in June 14, 2018 for 12,000 yen. And then May 27, 2016 for 12,000 yen. All right, that's pretty interesting. The price never went up or down the whole time she was released. All right. Materials are ABS and PVC. Dimensions is a 1/7 scale figure, all right, with a height of 290 and or 11.31 inches. This is a pretty tall figure, guys. Okay, because you'll see when we take her out. All right, it's very dynamic figure. I just want to say, all right, she's moving, she's doing some crazy stuff. Okay, so that's the information from myfigurecollection.net. I did some shopping, all right. I don't think I got her from Kotobukiya because I checked her website. From Solaris, you're looking at $230 US, okay, for a pre-owned one, all right. There's another one, J figure, selling it for 28,600 yen. That's about 260, 250, somewhere around there. $250. A lot. Okay, guys. Somebody's selling her for 180 US dollars on my figure. Animota says it has her listed 2 months ago for 76,000 yen. All right. That's a lot. It's like 700 something dollars, guys. It's ridiculous. It's very hard to find a brand new version of this, and Hideo Suzuki is going to open it and probably devalue it a lot. Okay, so, but I'm pretty sure I probably bought her for around $100. Okay, guys, when this came out, that's how much this figure was, 12,000 yen, and probably around $100, $110, somewhere around that area. Okay, Kotobukiya figures are not super expensive. Well, lately they've been super expensive. Okay, guys. All right, so that's some information on her, and then some information of what what I got her and everything. Like I said, I don't know where I got her from. Okay, I don't remember how much I paid for her, but I remember she was if I remember correctly, I think I missed out on the first run. All right, so I don't think this is the latest one, but this might be the second or the third run. All right, there's 2018 and 2020. All right, so this is probably somewhere in 2018. That's my guess. Okay, that's when I got this one. Okay, and there she is, Rory Mercury. Let's start the figure show and tell. All right, so first we'll go take a look at the box. All right, so here's the box. It's kind of got this kind of starry background. All right, and it's got like I would call that like a 70% window. Would this make a good box figure? Yeah, it would make a good box figure. Took out all the plastic inside, you can hardly make out what's going on in there. Okay, with all that plastic in there. Okay, I think the reason I probably didn't take her out of the box because this one kind of takes up a lot of space. Okay, and I think this figure could. I think it has might have drooping problems. Okay, I hope not. All right, here we've got the Gate logo. All right, that's for the anime. I think it was a manga. Did it come from a manga? I can't remember, man. But yeah, I think it did come from a manga, and I watched it when it was an anime. Okay, so it's one of my favorite animes too. Here we've got a Genko sticker. All right, that's interesting. All right, so Genko had some kind of hand in this. Here we've got a kind of half shot of the figure. All right, craftsmanship Kotobukiya. All right, I'm pretty sure this says Rory Mercury. Okay, probably the same thing right here. Okay, here it says 1/7 scale pre-painted figure, Rory Mercury. Okay, cool. Okay, that's the front. Isn't she a cutie? All right, don't let that cute face fool you. There's the Gate logo again. Here we've got a background. It looks like a kind of. It's like some kind of like scene or something in the background, like there's some mountains and stuff and river or something. Okay, some geographic features. All right, it says it's sculpted by. All right, I can't read that, but you know what? On my figure collection, it says Hoya Mitsuru. Okay, so that says Hoya Mitsuru. All right, I think this is same information from the front. Rory Mercury. Here we've got the different choking hazard, okay, in different languages. I think this box is kind of damaged. It's been around, okay. It's been moved around a lot. All right, since as big as had it. There's an English risque de suffocation. I think that's French. This one's probably Spanish then. No, that's Spanish, and this is Italian. Wow, it's kind of crazy, the different language. Okay, so definitely they were intending for this to be sold outside of Japan. Yeah, I think it says something about Torrance, California in the back, okay? And then there's some square windows on the side, okay? Not really sure what the design is. Hey, it's been a long time since Hayes made us watch the anime. I think I have. I'm not sure. I might have the actual, the Blu-ray for it. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I might have bought the Blu-ray for it. The Blu-ray. I should watch it again. All right, so there's the Gate, and thus they've JSDF Fought there, okay? I think that's what that says in Japanese, okay? Here we've got a full shot of the figure and then a close-up right here. Very nice. Good photography. Okay, so with the magic of Google Lens, I can tell you what this says right here. Okay, so it says a demigod who serves the dark god Emroy, dressed in black gothic priest garb. He wields, well, I guess she wields a giant halberd as a weapon. Okay, so that's her weapon. It's like an axe, okay, guys? A really long axe. And then I think this says Rory Mercury right there. Yeah, if you guys are wondering what what Google Glass or the Google Lens says, it's self-defense forces fought like this in that land. Okay, I've always heard it called, and thus the JSDF fought or something. Okay, if you guys don't know what the JSDF is, it's the Japanese self-defense force. All right. And I think as of this video, I believe they don't have it's not a JSDF anymore. It's just JDF now. So they can, Japan can actually have weapons of war now. Okay. Okay. And then here we've got the gate again. Rory Mercury, the same squares. Right. There's the front again. Here's the top. Alright, it's kind of got a circular window on the top, alright, same information. They list it like 4 different times, man. Okay, there's the bottom. Here they've got a little silhouette, or like kind of a black and white picture of the figure. Alright, and then they got a bunch of information back here for ages 14 and over, alright. Oh, here, comic shop locator service. All right, 0 to 3 years old. All right, no babies. Okay. That's the UPC code, the JAN code, the part number, made in China. All right, the part number is PP636. Okay, or the item number. Produced by Kotobukiya. All right, here you've got, there's actually a yeah, I think Kotobukiya is in like Torrance, guys. Yeah, this is Torrance right here. Torrance, California. That's like in LA. Okay, guys. PVC, recyclable, and then there's some kind of support numbers here. Okay. If you have a problem with this figure, hopefully this one doesn't have a problem. I've had it for so long, I can't say like, hey, my Rory Mercury's messed up. Do you have like this part for? Okay. All right, so that's the box. All right, I think it would make a great box figure, especially it's got that big window on top to let some light in. Okay, so the Hades Meg is gonna do it. I'm gonna devalue this figure for you guys. Okay, unboxing time. Oh yeah, before we unbox her, what do I have here? I've got it's a pretty big box, guys. So here's volume 3 of Does It Count If You Lose Your Virginity to an Android? Right? Yeah, Hayes Meg has been reading a lot of Yuri kind of manga and stuff. All right, it's literally almost the same size as the manga. All right, it's a pretty big box. All right, pretty big box. Okay, so here's the inside of the box. Alright, it's kind of got like a planet there. Okay, remember, it took place in a setting not on Earth. Okay, it was kind of like an isekai anime, but not. Okay, it took place in another dimension. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, and it has like a kind of blue background in there. Okay, there is an instruction manual. Let's go over it real quick. Okay, I don't know if I'll need it, but it should come in handy. They taped it to the bottom. It's kind of annoying. She's just left it at the bottom of the box. Okay, that's what the instructions look like. All right, I guess it's how to put her weapon together. I guess you got to put her in her hand first. All right, and then put the tip on it. The butt end to it, and then here's some way to connect the figure or something. Okay, so Hopefully Hazeman can figure it out. Okay. Okay, there she is, Rory Mercury sama. Okay. Yeah, she's a goddess, right? I think she's a gothic Lolita goddess, right? Of like a war or something. All right, so there she is. Boy, was it it was a kind of a weird unboxing. All right, guys. For one thing, they put like way too much plastic on her, and they used the kind of like it's like a static cling plastic, so it was really hard to get it off of her. It wanted to stick onto her. All right, so I had to break out the tweezers. I may have scratched her. I don't know. Okay, so it comes out in 3 pieces, guys. The base, all right, that already has the halberd on it, and then the figure itself, all right, and it's like in 2 different clamshell compartments in the box. All right, it's kind of intricate box, let's say, okay. And then yeah, it is kind of like it's kind of stressing having to put her on the base. That's what I say. All right, but yeah, so the first ordeal was to get everything out of the box, man. It was packaged really well, so I say, all right, and then yeah. So you got to get the base out, and then you got to get her out, and then I had to take all the plastic off of her. She had like plastic everywhere, and I was worried about I was gonna break one of these ribbons in the back here. All right. Because they put the static cling stuff on it, and I tried to pull it, and it wouldn't come out. All right, because it doesn't have a lot of give to it, and it's sticking to the plastic, and I'm like, dang it. So I just kept on tugging at it enough, and eventually like it kind of opened up a little bit, and then and I was able to get it out. All right, and then she had these two plastic protector thingies on the side of her hair. All right, on her like. I guess those are her bangs, sorta, or forelocks, and they were like, it was that static cling stuff too, and it was hard to get out, really hard to get out. All right, I had to use the tweezers to kind of pick at it to loosen it up, and then take it out. All right, it's awful. Okay, guys, and then yeah. So what you got to do is slide her hand, right, through the whole the staff portion. All right. Or the handle, and then there's a peg down here that she attaches to it. Okay, and then you got to get the end part. All right, what do they call it? The butt end. It's kind of like a naginata, but not a naginata. Okay, so I'm gonna say. All right, but yeah. So it's also keyed too. So there's a metal peg that goes into the handle, all right, but there's also a kind of plastic, like kind of half moon, like the instructions showed you guys. Okay, and you have to key it up right. Okay, and there it is. Okay, I have to say the paint looks pretty nice. All right, and it's this is my first time seeing this figure in person, IRL. Okay, out of the box. And it's kind of like a weird, it's like an awkward kind of position. All right, I don't know what to say. I kind of don't like it. All right, so there was another one of these figures of Rory Mercury, and it was by Quest Q. All right, and it was just her standing with the halberd, and then the halberd was like up in the air as opposed to in a rock like this one. All right, what I like about this one is, yes, it's dynamic. All right, she's like standing on it. It looks like she's gonna jump forward and pull the halberd out of the rock, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's kind of crazy looking, man. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's take a look at it. All right, guys. So there she is, the Rory Mercury. All right, from the Gate anime. Okay, and yeah, it does kind of rotate in a weird plane. All right, so let's do a quick 360, and then Hazemeg is going to take a quick, a closer look at her. And then, man, see, I told you, it kind of rotates in a weird axis. And then we'll scrutinize this figure. Oh, yeah, it wants me to zoom out more. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it takes up a lot of space when you rotate it. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, Hazemeg has looked her over, and for the most part, I like what I see. All right, I don't know. Like I said, in real life, the figure doesn't look as good as I thought it would. Okay, it's just because of the weird way that they, she's oriented. I didn't even know how to put her on the thing. I was kind of looking at it. How does she go on there? Like so I had to like look at the box, and then yeah, and then there's the peg for her foot. Okay. Yeah, so let's take a look at the base, okay? So the base is very unique on this figure, all right, guys? It ain't your typical anime figure base, all right, guys? So the base part is made of out of the axe, all right, or the halberd, and these rocks, okay? So it's got these rocks, all right? They must be fighting on like a mountain or something, okay? And then like so here you can see the rock has been split in two. And then the halberd is like wedged in between it. All right. Is she really gonna have enough strength to pull that out of there? I don't know. All right. I think she's kind of just standing on it, I guess. Is what's going on. Sort of, kind of. But it looks really awkward the position she's in there. All right. I always thought she was like jumping forward and she's gonna pull the axe out or something. Okay. That's why I thought it was like a dynamic figure. It's like a moving figure. So yeah, so there's the rocks. It's kind of like a gray color rocks and stuff, different kind of. Yeah, it does have shading actually. The base actually looks nicer than the figure. The paint, it's kind of crazy. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So there's the rocks right there. All right, like I mentioned, it's split right here. You can see like a line separating this part here. Okay, and then you have the axe. Okay. So the head of the axe is buried into the rock, and it's got very nice paint on it. All right, they did really good job making it look metallic. All right, it looks like it's made out of metal. All right, it doesn't look plasticky. Very nice. Okay, you kind of see a mold line right here. All right, but I don't know. Maybe the axe has that mold line. All right, and it looks like there's a scratch on it right here. Okay, I didn't do it. This is a brand new figure, guys. All right. So here's those cool designs and stuff. There's a heart right here in the middle. All right. It looks like a heart and like a bunch of vines and stuff. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool. All right. It's got a purple kind of back silhouette, I guess. Same thing on the other side. All right. The paint looks really nice. There's these two holes here. Or I guess there's three of them, but one of them you can't see because it's like embedded in the rock. Okay, and then I guess the back part here is this kind of metallic purple color. Very nice. It looks really good. Yeah. It really does look metallic, right? It's kind of like what does it remind me? Like titanium, when they make the titanium different colors and stuff. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like a colored, like a purple metallic color. Very nice. Okay, and then there you've got this snake here. All right, it's coming out of it. All right, I think it's wrapping. So the tail is right here, and it wraps around, and it goes through this hole here, and it pops out right here. Okay, it's kind of crazy. Okay, and then so there's like a kind of what looks like I don't know. That's like a sword or something, right? There's like a sword blade coming out of it, right? A short sword, I guess. Okay, and then there's this kind of forked portion here. All right, so it's kind of like a spear and an axe put together. or a lance, something like that. It's a crazy weapon, guys. Right? She just swings it around and people die. Okay, that's what happens. She carries it around like it's, you know, it doesn't weigh anything. Okay, so yeah, the staff portion of the halberd, all right, is like a gloss purple color, almost like a burgundy color, all right, and it's very glossy. Okay, there it is. Okay, so at the other end, there's like another snake that coils around it. Oh, you can see I didn't press it in all the way. Yeah, so when I put her on the base, I just when I got her foot in there, it just popped into place. Okay. Okay, I don't want to break it. Probably getting fingerprints all over it too. Yeah, so I don't know. It didn't go in all the way, guys. So you can kind of see like there's a gap here. Okay, and it's like kind of white inside. The plastic is white. Okay. So one of the things I'd be worried about this figure, guys, is her drooping. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the assembly again. Yeah. So like I said, it's a dynamic figure, and she's kind of there, and like it's a funky pose and everything. I would be worried about this figure drooping in the future. Like hopefully they don't droop. Okay. But yeah, you get the bulk of the weight right, like here, and then she's, you know, the halberd is there in a kind of weird way. Right, it looks like it's kind of bent too. It's not totally straight. Yeah, it's like bending back a little bit. It's like arching that away a little bit. All right, it could be because the figure's on it. I would think it should bend the other way. So maybe they did that intentionally. So yeah, she won't be a drooper. So let's hope she won't be a drooper in the future. Okay, guys. But this figure it says like drooper all over it. Okay, guys. There's some of these dynamic figures. Okay, guys, that when they're in these weird positions like that, over time they start drooping. All right. Or like bending or that kind of stuff. Okay, guys. And hopefully this isn't one of them. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at the figure itself. All right, so that was the base. All right, the base and the weapon. All right, it's pretty rad. I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, the paint is better on the weapon than it is on the figure. Right, so I'm not gonna lie. This figure is kind of like it was made in a different time, guys. All right, this is before pre-pandemic. Right, and Kotobukiya is not known for the highest of quality, right? Kotobukiya is like kind of mid-tier quality, okay, guys? But it's still a very nice figure, and this is a very pricey figure for its time, okay? So let's take a look at it. So let's look at her boot, all right? So she's wearing these kind of, it looks kind of like a combat boot. Not really. Yeah, this kind of looks like a combat boot, sort of, kind of. It's got a high heel to it, all right? Well, not a super high heel. Yeah, but it's like it's a boot, and it has a little pink ribbon on the front. All right, you can see that the sole and the actual boot is a different piece. All right, and it looks like it's got like a panel line on it. It looks very nice, actually. Okay, it's the same color though. It's kind of weird. You would think it would be a different color, but I guess not. Okay, yeah, but then you've got that panel line there. All right, paint looks good. All right, molding looks good. You can see it like bending back here. Very nice. It kind of the paint is, or the molding and the paint looks so good. It looks kind of 3D. Okay, like it's got some kind of shading, but I don't think there's any shading on this figure. Okay, guys. There's the other foot. Okay. The other boot. So you can see here. You can see the back a little better. It's split on the top here. Very nice. You could see into it. Yeah, you could see into it. Okay, and then so she's wearing these the thigh-high stockings with the garter. Ooh, it's kind of sexy, guys. All right, yeah, she's wearing this gothic Lolita outfit. That's what they call it, right? Yeah, I was looking up some pictures of Rory Mercury, and pictures of Kurumi Tokisaki come up too. So I was like, yeah, you know what? They kind of do dress the same. All right, so the stockings are like this kind of dark gray color. Okay. I don't think it has any kind of shading, all right? But it looks nice and smooth. It's kind of shiny, it's almost a gloss finish. Almost. Look at how much the light reflects off of it. I feel that's for like a stockings, all right, or you know, thigh highs. It's a little kind of shiny for that finish. Okay, it should have been more a little flatter, is my guess. Okay, but who knows? Maybe they're just really shiny like that. Okay, all right, and then there you go. So that's the absolute territory right here. The AT field, right? It's the skin from the top of the stockings to the, I guess in this case, the skirt. Okay, it's got a little bit of panchira, as I'm gonna say. Yeah, you can't see her pantsu, guys. Can you? Oh, you have to really look in there, all right, guys. they're white, guys, by the way. All right. Yeah, all right. So anyway, so yeah, there's the skin. The skin looks pretty good. All right. Yeah, it looks great. It's like it looks nice and smooth. It looks like there's kind of a little bit of squish coming out of it, all right, but not really. Um, it's not too shiny. It's not too flat. All right, it's just right. It looks good. Okay, and it's got got like a garter around her leg on the top here. Okay, and it's like black, or that, yeah, it's like black on the top, and then there's these kind of triangles coming off the bottom. Okay. It looks like something that would be kind of annoying to wear. So it would like droop all the time, yeah? I mean, it would want to come off all the time. But yeah, so it does have the garter straps right here, okay? It clips onto the top of the thigh highs. All right, it goes up in there. Kind of like a lingerie, sort of, kind of. Very nice. All right, there's the other one. Okay, the I don't know, it's just all one color. You would think there would be some kind of buckle or you know, for the clip here. Meg is not a lingerie expert, okay? So that would fall into lingerie realm, right? Or so now let's take a look at her dress. All right, she's wearing the Gothic Lolita outfit. All right, and then yeah, the skirt has got like a lot going on with it. Okay, so there's a pleated, yeah, so there's a pleated skirt on the bottom. All right, you see all these pleats? It's a kind of purple color. It does look like it's got some kind of shading. It's like kind of black and purple. Okay. So there's a pleated portion, and then there's there's like a upper or outer skirt. All right, it's like there's two layers to it. There's these two parts that kind of flare out on the side here, and then there's this kind of frilly part here, and then there's the like top part of the blouse or something. Okay, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like layer upon layer upon layer. Okay. So you've got the black part right here, and then you've got like this frilly purple stuff, and then you've got this flat kind of, it almost looks pink. Yeah, it's kind of like a pinkish purple color, all right? And then this is a darker purple color, and you got black. So different shades of purple to black, I guess what I'll say, okay? Okay, pretty cool dress. It's kind of crazy. Okay, and then so this is this is the blouse part, I guess. All right. There's these X's here, right? That hold it together. There's more frilly stuff right here. Okay, lots of detail. Okay, the paint is okay on it, is what I'm gonna say. Everything is in the lines for the most part. Okay, and speaking of line, yeah, there's a line going down the chest right here. All right, it's like a seam line for the clothing. Okay, yeah, you can see another seam line right here. And right here. Okay, and then, yeah, so you've got kind of more of those triangles that go over her boobies, all right, over her bustices. She's got a big ribbon in the back here, all right, and it's like flowing back here. It's pretty cool. It was hard getting the plastic off of it, guys. All right, it's kind of the same purple color as the bottom frills here, all right, the dark stuff, dark purple. Yeah, there's many shades of purple on this figure. It does look like it's kind of got some kind of shading. It's got like it's got this kind of 3D effect to it. It's kind of cool. Okay, molding looks pretty good. I don't see any kind of jaggedy stuff on it. Okay. Yes, and then look at her chest. It says she is Rory Mercury is flat as justice. Okay, guys. This doesn't have to be A's. Okay, guys. She's very sexy though. Okay. Don't let her just because she looks like a lolly. Don't let that. She's like supposed to be like 100 years old. I forget how old she is. I'll put a subtitle below. But yeah, that was one of the things in the anime. Like they thought she looked like a child, but she was really like really old. Okay, guys, because she's like immortal or something. Okay. Yeah, and then I guess when she became I think the story is when she became like a goddess or something. She was a little girl, all right, and then so she stopped aging, and so she has the body of a little girl. So the rest of her life, I guess. All right, so that's the story there, all right. Okay, and then so you've got her arm here, all right. It's kind of bent, and then she's kind of pointing at her lip right there, all right, a little bit. It's kind of like an awkward kind of pose, is what I'm gonna say. All right, but yeah, you can see some exposed skin here. All right, where the elbow is. It's bent a lot. Yeah, so it's kind of floofy here. And then you've got this ribbon around here that cinches it down, and then it kind of flares out. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on with this dress, guys. And then here you've got this kind of arm cover, all right, for the forearm. And then it's got a little ribbon here. Yeah, lots of detail, man. And then there's the hand. All right. She does have like a nail paint. All right. It's like I think it's just like a little pinkish color. Okay. It's like a nail polish color or nail color. All right. And so there's the other arm. It's holding onto the weapon. All right. Same details as the other one. Looks very good. Okay. You can see a little nail polish there. Her fingers look like fingers. Okay, and then yeah, and then there's it's kind of high collar on the dress. She's got some frilly stuff on the top. Yeah, lots of frills and triangles and X's and stuff. It's crazy, her outfit. All right, and there's her face. She's got like a purple eyes too, all right? Almost like a pinkish purple color, all right? You can see her ears right here. All right, she's kind of got like a short hair, like her hair's cut short, all right? Like totally straight cut, all right? Those are her bangs. And then this is a kind of like the four I don't want to call them forelocks, but yeah. It's the side bangs, okay? They're really straight, but then she's got really long hair. Right? She's got like long enough hair. She's not a very tall character also. It goes down to her like butt, sort of. All right? If it was to go down to her butt, but it's kind of like moving. Like I said, like I mentioned, it's like a dynamic figure, so her hair's kind of like moving out in that direction. Or like she's going that way and her hair's going that way. Okay? Pretty cool. And look at how they look at how the hair kind of curls up and everything. Very nice. She's got some curly tips. Okay, the color of the hair looks nice. All right, it's black. The molding doesn't look super nice, is what I want to say. It's kind of like, it's not very smooth, is what I want to say. Right, but the paint looks okay. Right? There's not really any bananas coming out of it too, so it looks good. That's what I say, right? And then yeah, she's got She's got two. She's got like a twin. Yeah, she's got like a kind of like a side tails sorta. I guess they're tied up with this ribbon here, right? And it goes out this way. She's got another one on the other side that it's a lot more noticeable. Okay. Yeah, man, a lot. Okay, and then yeah, she's wearing this this big. It looks like a cat ear sorta. All right, it's like a big ribbon that she wears on her head. It's like a headband. All right. It's got that frilly stuff at the end, the pink frilly stuff, and all these borders and stuff. Yeah, it looks like cat ears. That's what they look like. All right, it's very gothic Lolita. That's what I say. All right, and there's another ribbon on top of her head too. Right there. Okay. She's got a pretty sharp jawline. I know, it looks kind of funky. Really sharp jawline. Her face looks kind of flat. All right, if you were to look at it from this angle. All right, but I'm guessing you probably want to view her from like kind of that angle. Okay, yeah, she's kind of got like a wide face. Right, she's just looking at you straight from this direction. Okay, she's got black eyebrows, right, and she's got pink lips. Okay, and they're just kind of just closed. Okay, and then so that is the end of the scrutinizing. All right, guys. I don't know. I've never seen this figure in person, and it's one of those figures that like when you see it in person, it's not as awesome as I thought it would be. All right, the pose looks just kind of awkward. All right, the weapon looks really nice. They did a really good job on the halberd. It looks freaking awesome. It looks like it comes out of some kind of fantasy kind of story or something. All right, it's got like snakes on it and everything. It's all glossy and everything. It's got crazy blades and forks and stuff on it. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Okay, the figure itself looks pretty good. All right, I would say the quality is there, but it's just like, I guess Hayes-Mega's been looking at a lot of really nice figures nowadays, and it just kind of doesn't stack up to the quality of those triple-digit figures. All right, figures have gotten better over the years, guys. All right, is what I'll say. And like I said, Kotobukiya is kind of like, they're kind of mid. All right, guys, and this kind of shows it. Is what I say. All right, it looks really good though. The dress is crazy, right? When you look at the dress up close and all the details and stuff, it's kind of cute and sexy at the same time. All right, kind of like it. Okay. And then yeah, like I said, from what I know, there's only two production figures of Rory Mercury. There's the Quest Q1 and then this one. Okay. And they're getting kind of hard to find. That's what I'll say. But I think they must have made a lot of these because they did 3 different runs. There's not a lot of figures that they do. Usually, when a figure is really popular, they'll do more runs of it. Okay. But yeah, for the most part, the quality's there. You know, there's nothing too much to gripe about other than this. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not as awesome as I thought it would be in person. Okay. Okay. So. That's the end of the figure show and tell, guys. I don't think I have any other Gate characters, all right? And like I said, I've had this figure for a long time. I've never taken her out of the box. One thing about this figure is it's really tall. With the base, the axe, it takes up a lot of space, all right? So it literally almost twice the size of the figure, okay? So you better have some place to put her that's got a lot of height, all right? Or you just put her in the box. But I think it looks good. It will look good in the box too, right? And yeah, assembly was kind of a headache, and trying to get all the plastic and stuff off of her was a headache as well. Okay, so they in my opinion, they feel like they overpackaged her, but hey, she got to me in safe condition. Okay, all right, and then yeah, she does kind of when you rotate her, she rotates on this weird axis. See, like that. The tip of the halberd is like all over the place, guys. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, all right. And then there's the thing about it. It could be, this figure could be a drooper in the future too. Okay, because it's this kind of crazy pose, all right, type of thing. It's a dynamic figure, sort of, kind of. Okay, so that's a scoop. All right, I finally got her out of the box, and yeah, we'll go find a place for her in one of my cabinets. All right, okay. Thanks for watching. Haze Big out. All right, Haze Mega here. Here's a bonus clip. All right, so this is where I've kind of decided to put Rory for now. All right, she goes pretty good in this case because it's really tall. All right, so it takes up a lot of space laterally. But yeah, so I just realized, like, I've got Yukina here. All right, Yukina Himuragi, and then I've got Rory right there. They have the same voice actress. Risa Taneda is the voice actress for the Japanese voice actress for Rory Mercury, and Yukina Himuragi from Strike the Blood. All right, so pretty cool. All right. So I just realized that I put them together. I was like, hey, you know what? They have the same voice actress. She's one of my favorite voice actresses, guys. Okay, but yeah, they're like these small cute girls, all right, with really long weapons, right? Yeah, there you go. So she has the long spear, the. Okay. It actually does go in the case pretty nicely. The base isn't really, it's one of those not really big round base, all right? See, like that God Eater base. So it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it does take up a lot of space up and down. So, pretty nice. All right. Also, I've got another Kotobukiya figure here, this Eyes Wallenstein. This one looks a lot bigger than the Rory. Yeah, the Rory looks kind of... Well, Rory is this really small character, guys. she's a little girl. Okay? She's petite, is what I'm going to say. All right?